We are live. What's up, party people? Okay. Oh, let me turn this down. Excuse me. This is the Monday show. And as you know, we are here every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to bring you information about Rio de Janeiro, about Brazil. And let me turn it over to the lovely Hanata. You want to do the honors?
Hey guys, good evening. Welcome to Brazil, Brazil with Renata Lopes. And tonight, yes, we're going to talk about a little bit about the history about Capoeira. And yeah, I want to know if the Capoeira it's a fight, it's a dance. What is it?
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna get into that in a sec. We're just gonna give some people some time to come in. Welcome everybody in the room. Welcome everybody in the space. I see Gustavo in the house. What's up? Yes, you were the first one here. Racket Club, how goes it? Are you still in Brazil? Are you back home? When are we gonna do the Racket Club show and talk about your adventures? Charles Jones says, gang, what's good? Wealth building journey, oi. And I said, benvindo. Parnell Video, Victor, what's up? Oi from Miami. Boa noite. Face Mob, get fit. What's going on, man? He says, boa noite, Renata and Dennis. Good evening, Las Vegas Sports Talk. Joseph Evans. Stay strong, man. Okay. Oh, Racket Club is in Brazil until Thursday. All right. Cool. Can't wait for you to get back and fill us in. Much love from California. Affy Kingdom, International King Affy. Okay. All right. We got royalty in the house. Ed Smith, what's up? Oh, Ed Smith. I got to announce you, buddy. Oh, no, that wasn't you. Eric A. sent $10. $10 cash app. So thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated. I don't know if he's here, but he sent this a long time ago. I think earlier today or last night. I'm not sure. I like to, even when you guys send money and it's not during the time we're actually live, I gotta give you the much thanks thing. Damon W. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say his whole name because I don't know what he goes by when he's here. But to Damon, that sent $150 cash app. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. That is going to go a ways to help Hinata get and stay out there, bringing you this great content. Racket Club says, I'm definitely down to hop on the show once I get back. Yes. Face Mob Get Fit says he's going to be in Rio in September. Tone Tanimal. Why does that sound like you're from Puerto Rico or something? Tone Tanimal. Don Tanimal says 1999 super chat. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Okay, well, what are we doing for the next show?
Yes, the next show, I'm going to show you guys the jiu-jitsu. Or maybe one more place to you guys when you guys want to come to Maricá, stay.
Yes.
Good price, good place to stay.
All right. What's that called again? Posada? Pousada. Okay. Yeah, we are definitely been the last few days been down to the wire because everybody's been busy. Hinata's been busy doing a bunch of other things, and yeah, we're just trying to make sure we get you guys what we got to get you guys. So
I'm still record, not still, but early today I also do some continuity for the Capoeira show.
yeah, okay. So let me explain a bit. Renata, went out down to in Maricá to an open area. This, what do you call it? A square down in the center of town type of thing, and there was a group of people doing the capoeira. It's a school, or
Yes.
so they do these outdoor kind of events where they all, like, I don't know how many people were out there, 40,
Yes, I
40,
think.
50 people, and they get in this big circle, and they have like live instruments and singing, PA system, and they do this capoeira, and that's what we're going to be talking about, this art form, and it's pretty cool. But the interview that she did, we didn't get the interview that we wanted, so Renata was going to just talk about it today on her own. Stuff didn't work out. That's why we're kind of doing this show live today. I'm going to show footage from the event. It's just, like I said, some to show the dancing, show how this thing looks and what it is. And Renata's going to just tell us about it, what it is, explain to you guys better. And yeah, so we're kind of winging it today. It's going to be a short show, but we are kind of winging it today. So I'm excited. Are you excited? Renata called me earlier. She said, I'm nervous. About it. These are our people. We're talking to our people. There's nothing to be nervous about. Ton Tanimal says, I am Moroccan, Puerto Rican, Portuguese, and Tanimal just sounds dope as F to me. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. Have a good night. Yeah, it sounds like a name that a Puerto Rican reggaeton artist would give them. The Ton Tanimal. Yeah, it sounds. I like it. Uh Get your passport, gentlemen. Travel says, what's the best place in Brazil to look for a nice place to in Brazil to look for a nice wife?
All over Brazil.
All over Brazil. But if you were a gambling person, and you said, okay, I'm gonna put my money on a state, on a city. This person wants to find a wife. Where would you put your money? Where would you say, guaranteed almost, this is gonna be the place? You want to find a wife? I'm assuming, because he calls himself a passport gentleman, that he's looking for somebody that's more traditional, submissive, agreeable, feminine, all those great, talking points, that all the manosphere has been talking about for the last few years. All the things that guys are running away from the US and other countries to find. What would be the state? What would be the city? Renata, you have the money in your hand. Where are you going to put it down?
I'm from Rio, but I don't think it's have exactly the correct place. Like I lived 3 years in Salvador Bahia. I really like the peoples there. I like Sam's here, but Salvador Bahia, it's really nice. It's cool. I
Renata, answer the
also
question, man. Where are you putting your money? Don't treat it like it's your soccer team. This is
and
not about your representing your city. I'm saying, where do you think? Where would you send the person that you're putting your money that they're going to find somebody that fits the description?
all over, all the places in Brazil, but inside, like
But
what's
inside, what does that mean? Explain it to them.
more inside the city. Let's say if he's come to Rio, go more inside other places in Rio.
So
Explore more.
away from the tourist area.
Right.
That's what she's saying. If you want these traditional things, I mean, you can find it anywhere. You can find, I'm sure there's nice girls everywhere in the tourist areas or whatever. But if you're looking for more, a greater concentration, I guess, people that are living a little more simple, more traditional, then you want to get away from those kind of big cities. Because think about it, in big cities, most people work, even the women. Come to big cities because they're more career oriented, and it might not be what you're looking for. So venture outside of the tourist areas, outside the places where everybody, well, there's a lot of English speakers, want to go out, get out. Um, so in the room here, Charles, wealth building journey. They both said Minas Gerais. I'm not pronouncing that right. How do I say it? Minas Gerais. I've heard also that this place, it's a nice city, nice women. It's a good place to meet wifey material. Parnell Victor says Bahia. Racket Club says, I wouldn't recommend trying to find a wife before learning some Portuguese. So I don't know if Passport Gentleman Travel speaks Portuguese, but that's true. If it becomes definitely more difficult if you can't communicate well with the person you're interested in. But yeah, just get outside of the tourist areas, the busy city type areas, and there's commercial areas, commercial beaches where there's a lot of people from other countries, other tourists. Yeah. So Renata says all over Brazil. She doesn't want to put her finger on a state or a city.
No, what I say, going to, I mean, Minas Gerais, it's more like country place.
Yeah.
Also depends which area from Minas Gerais.
Yeah.
It's not the downtown in Minas Gerais. It's not like exactly country place. But if you like, wake up in the morning, take the milk for the cow. If you want more like country girls, yeah, Minas Gerais, it's the place.
Country girls.
I like Salvador Bahia. I have friends there, they are very kind.
Yeah. Salvador Bahia, it's just any place area you go to, Fortaleza, Recife, Manaus, any of these places, just you can go anywhere and find it, but maybe just venture outside of the touristy areas. And for that, you definitely want to know how to speak some Portuguese. I hope that answers your question. Charles says anywhere but Zona Sul, Rio de Janeiro. Okay. All right. So let's get to it. Renata, have you ever been to Minas Gerais? If so, which cities? Also, I've heard that Bahia is the Mississippi of Brazil. I don't think she would know the reference of Mississippi, Charles. But go ahead, Renata.
I never been there, but I have friends live there.
Mm-hmm.
And they work in a coffee. They take the coffee,
okay.
collect. Yeah.
Okay. The wealth building journey says, so what are the touristy areas? It's all the areas you've heard about. It's going to be Rio, number 1, right? It's going to be Sao Paulo, probably number 2. Bahia, number 3. Fortaleza will probably be number 4. And then there's other places too. But those are going to be the main places. It's where everybody wants to go on vacation. And the reason for most travelers wanting to go to these places, they want to go to a place that a lot of people speak English and they're going to be comfortable and the accommodations are going to be at least close to what they are used to back home. When you venture outside of this, things could get, like Hinata says, milking cows and hearing chickens when you wake up in the morning, things like that. So, it's about what you're comfortable with and what you want, what you're looking for. Me, I would rather be outside of the hot zones. Where Hinata lives, it's a city called Maricá. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Copa, and I like it out there. It's really nice. It's picturesque. There's no tall buildings or anything like that. It's more like what we would call a town, and there's a lot of like lakes, beach areas, and mountains, and it's I like that. It's a lot slower. But it depends. Some people love big cities. They come from New York or whatever, and they want to be where there's lots of noise and every night there's something going on. It just depends what you're into. Bracket Club says, how is Belo Horizonte? I heard good things about there too. And Renata, you have anything to say about it? No?
Never been there.
So the more English speaking, the more touristy the area. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Because people learn English to communicate with English speakers. So even if a lot of people will travel from other places, other cities, other states to Rio because they've studied English and they want to work like in tourism or in a hotel, in guest services or something to that nature, or they want to travel, maybe work at an airline or the airport or whatever, and they have to know English for that. So you're going to get a bigger concentration of English speakers where there's a lot of English speakers.
Yep.
Gosta das cidades grandes. Yeah.
He say he's like the big cities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
whatever you're into, you can find it.
Gosh. You say gosta, but it's not. It's gosto.
Sim. Eu gosto das cidades grandes. Okay. Dane says some people said Goiás, and Natal are good places to visit for looking for a wife. They said Goiás. Goiás.
That's in Goiânia.
Goiás in Goiânia have the most beautiful women. Well, maybe. I don't know. Waiters and hotel front desk only English speaking, I have noticed. Yeah. Do you think Brazil is becoming more westernized? I'll let you answer first, Ananta.
I don't understand what does that mean.
Do you think Brazil is becoming more westernized, more like America?
I don't think right now, but soon, yes. That's what I say, because and the point is, in Brazil it's late for a lot of things. So, and I can see, the girls, they do things, and they react, they behave like more and more like American women. The things you guys complain, some things about American women, they don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, they just care about money. Soon, yes, Brazil,
yeah,
it's going to be the same.
Because
the women here, they working, they more and more, they get more independent.
The thing about this world is America has such a big influence over it. American culture really infects and affects the entire world. So a lot of the things that we see going on in the U.S. it spreads, um, or maybe it's just that the U.S. moves faster than other places. But yeah, things will start being affected in other places as well. So it's slower because I think in the Brazil is not a big English speaking place, so things don't aren't gonna spread as fast. I think only 5% of people in Brazil they say speak decent English. So okay.
Nobody asking if I doing capoeira.
Well, now let's talk about what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, I know doing capoeira.
Okay, wait. Let's start from the beginning here. So, what is before we get to the video? What is capoeira? Capoeira. I need to start pronouncing these things right. What is capoeira?
Will you ask me what's capoeira?
Yeah, for the people that don't really know.
Yeah, capoeira, that's a fight.
It's a fight.
Yeah, capoeira is a fight. But most the peoples, they think capoeira it's a dance. They just mix the capoeira with the dance culture from the Africans, the Angola place. Because they slave many years ago, they try to be defense themselves. And yeah, you know defense?
Defense, yeah.
Yeah. So, but they need to hide it. They because when the senhorinos, you know, the what say the buzz, you know, from the slaves,
The slave
when
owner. Yeah.
they see it, they don't want it. They practice fighting. So they put together, they mix the fight with the dance to not let people know they practice
Right.
the fight.
So the dancing was a way to masquerade the fighting. That they were basically training, knowing that one day
Yeah,
they're gonna
because
revolt, right?
they punish the slave really bad, you know, and that time they punish they really bad, and they just start to fighting, practice fighting to defend themselves in case, you know, some things happens.
Right. That's really interesting. So tell us where the dance came from, because and where did the fighting come from? The fighting style.
In 2015, not 2000, sorry, in the year 15,000, right?
1500.
Yes, the Portugal peoples from
Mm-hmm.
Europe, they come to Brazil. They come in a boat, and the place where they came, they go into Salvador, Bahia. And they try to slave peoples there to sponge, to explore the lands there. So what they try to do, they try to make the Indians slave, Brazilian Indians.
Yes.
But the Brazilian Indians, they are so power, so you know they don't get good trick for these peoples from Portugal. They start to fight with them, and then
Yes.
they see it's hard, it's difficult to make the Indians slave. So what they do, they go into Angola, they go into Africa, pick up some black peoples from there, and bring to Brazil
Yes.
to
You
make
got
them.
you got to remember that when the Portuguese came to Brazil, they're dealing with these Amazon tribes. These are people that live in these jungles and these areas. The Portuguese can't run up in other people's territories like that. And then these guys are fighting with spears and bow and arrows, and they couldn't deal with them. So
Yeah, they put all these peoples. The boat before, it's a big boat. It's called negrego,
Hmm.
the boat, because it's they make in a bottle for the boat all the way down. It's some open when they put all this, you
Slave.
know, slave black peoples to bring to here. And when they are here, they use to them to work in a sugarcane land.
Yes, the plantations.
Yes. And then it's coming more and more commercial, the slaves. They sell the slave one to the other one, the
Hmm.
bus. They try to negotiation the slave. They use the slave more for many different things. They abuse some slave also, like women get abused a lot. So
It's
they passed many things not in this time, not good.
yeah. It's slavery. We kind of know the story of slavery because it's happened in so many places around the world. But yeah, they, as a way to defend themselves, they started studying this art of martial arts that it was disguised as a dance. So they incorporated it into their culture, this whole dancing and music, even the music that they did to it, all of that was to kind of mask what it really was.
So yeah, so when they start to punch the slave really hard, some of them they start to escape. They
Escape.
escape, they going to far away another land and they create the quilombo. It's called quilombo. That's the area where they make, you know, when the slaves stay there. And they need to protect the peoples there. You understand, the slave there.
So Colombo was in somewhere
Quilombo.
in Brazil.
Yes.
Do you know where? What state?
It started everything in Salvador, Bahia, and then it's coming more and more big. They spend more and more
Hmm.
in the other areas.
Okay.
So, and then inside the Colombo, they have the idea to start to doing the fight to protect they self. So that's why, and they do it like they mix the capoeira with the dancing.
Okay. All right. Well, before you continue, I'm not sure what else you want to say. I'm going to play the video. It's not long, it's like 5 minutes, that just shows this event that Hinata went to. So you can kind of see what it is, um, and what it is today, anyways. There's all ages, from little kids to old people, men, women. Um, it well, I want you guys to see it. Full of energy. It's exciting. It looks fun. Great exercise. Um, yeah, it's something that I definitely want to watch if I went to Brazil.
Yeah, but Dennis, long time ago, capoeiras it's only exist in 1890.
1890.
Yes,
Hmm.
the capoeira it exists this time, but before, when these European peoples going to Angola to bring peoples from there, they already know how to dance. They have their culture and they know already how to fight.
Hmm.
So, and they don't go exactly in one place in Angola. They go into many different places inside the Africa to take these peoples, so they come with many different places for many different cultures. And they come to Brazil. When they say the capoeira it's from Brazil, it's because the capoeira it exists in Brazil. It's made in Brazil, but with the culture. And then it's get more types different when it's get mixed from the fighters, the peoples in Salvador Bahia.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's run the video and we'll be back and talk some more. Here we go. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Whoop, that's not the video. Hold on.
What?
Here we go.
E o subsecretário, os dois, por favor.
Hold on. What's the drink for today?
Water.
Vodka. Saúde.
Saúde.
There we go.
Eu queria que o nosso secretário desse uma palavrinha, tá? Porque é isso. Vamos lá. Rafa, vamos lá. Hoje vivemos aqui nessa terra, hoje vamos para sobreviver, no lugar onde o povo tem. Já chegaram.
subscribe, leave comments, and follow me on Instagram.
Okay. I enjoyed it. Watching this, I just want to say, is this where breakdancing, how it started? All that up rocking and dun, 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 going down and acting like they're fighting, but they're dancing instead. It makes sense to me when I see stuff like this. I'm like, but I don't really remember Brazilians being in the mix in the talks of when the whole hip hop thing started in Brooklyn. Does anybody have information on that? I mean, it looks like something. They're spinning on their head. They're spinning on their hands. They're up rocking. Is that part of breakdancing? You guys tell me. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Renata.
Yes, the capoeira in 1890, it's not allowed anymore.
Okay, they banned it. They realized what was going on?
Yes, because they start also commercial, the capoeira, they use for business, bet money, a lot of things. And then it's a lot of people of group, they start to make group and they fighting. So, and then they ban it, the capoeira. And if the police, the inspection, they found somebody doing capoeira, they go into the prison 2 to 6 months.
Okay, pause. Let me read a couple of things here. First of all, $5 super chat from Wealth Building Journey. He says, "Em qual escola de jiu-jitsu brasileiro você estudou, Renata?"
Eu.
She doesn't know yet. You don't know yet, right? The thing is, right now, Renata knows some in the city she lives, and I said she should go there, but she wants to go find a place that's like in Copa. It's close to. She wants to be able to say to people coming there on vacation that they can go to this place. She doesn't expect people coming on vacation to travel 2 hours up to where she lives to see a school. So she would rather find something that's more local to Copa area. So that's why it's taking a little bit longer.
Yeah, seems now this capoeira here, in Maricá, it's many peoples they doing it for free. Like 2 times in a week, they have one place, the galpão, where they practice the capoeira. And then it's for free. You just need to buy the uniform and then go there 2 times in a week and practice.
Okay. Wealth Building Journey. Oh, that's not even for us. Let me backtrack. Okay, Marcus says breakdancing came from Capoeira. When the mestres traveled to New York. What's a mestres, Renata?
Yeah, that's what I tried to tell you earlier today when I tried to make a little bit interview. Then I think how I translate that.
So you don't know how to translate that yet?
Mestre, maybe, I don't know.
Marcus, do you know? This is interesting stuff because all the talks about breakdancing, all I heard was you hear about Black people, you hear about Puerto Ricans in New York. I never heard Brazilians in the mix for this. So I'm learning something, and I'm kind of, my mind it's opening up here, like, because I look at it and I'm like, that's breakdancing. That's the basis of up rocking. Like those movements, everything. Gustavo says, yes, that brings back memories. Tanimo says yes, but it must be genetics because people weren't even thinking of Brazil at that time. Yeah, but yeah, I definitely see it as a foundation. I hope maybe we can one day get some people on here. Maybe I got to talk to some breakdancers, some old school guys.
Yeah, this instrumental from it's called berimbau. You know, it's very popular in Salvador, Bahia. Peoples they buy there, they bring home, have many different sizes. You know, have medium size only for you have of memory. You know, because in Salvador, Bahia, it's this culture about the capoeira. It's big, it's huge. If you go there, they have practice every day. You see in many places. You hear, you know. So, but all these instruments, you know, the pandeiro, batuque, everything, it's come from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
In 1940, it's one guy from Salvador, Bahia. It's called Mestre Bimba. That's how they know him. Because all the peoples make capoeira, they have a nickname. All the peoples. If you're doing capoeira, for sure you have a nickname. They found one nickname for you.
Yeah, just like hip hop, just like breakdancing. Ed Smith says I attended a couple of
Maybe where's, you know, nickname?
what?
Yeah, it's where's nicknames, you know. They can call you, you know, big ears or
Yeah, but that's
many.
think about well, you do. I know you're not really that familiar with hip hop culture and things that was going on here in New York, but you had like Crazy Legs and
Yeah.
all these.
In Angola, the mestre there, it's Pestinha. Oh my God.
What's that?
Pestinha normally it's diminutive, a small thing. When you, let's say the kids not in Brazil, some people say, oh, he's pestinha, because it's kids with full energy doing crazy things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Sounds familiar. Sounds very familiar. Edmund says I attended a couple of capoeira classes, and it's amazing to see the artistry, skills, flexibility, and precision the students have in this type of fighting.
So
I haven't seen a lot of it.
yeah, so in Angola, this Mister, I think it's say Mister, Mestre, maybe. Mestre in Portuguese, I don't know in English exactly. But Mestre Pestinha in 1940 and Mestre Bimba in Salvador, Bahia. You know, that's when the things it's come more modern. Mestre Bimba, he's with two guys. This guy from Angola, it's called Mestre Pestinha. They come together and they show to the government. Getúlio de Vargas. That's the name of the president, the government. He's a military. And they start to dance for him. So then he's like it, they dance. They don't say it's a fight, but they start to dance for him. And he's really like it. So then he's make allowed again.
Ah, okay. That story sounds familiar too. There's so many parallels to the culture here in America and Canada to some extent. The same kind of fights, the same kind of oppression, the same kind of pushback and overcoming using art and music and culture. Like it's crazy how there's so many similarities.
Yes. So in 1940, Getúlio Vargas, he's the one give the permission to people's practice the capoeira. And capoeira is starting more and more popular all over in the world, not only in Brazil, other places also.
Nice. Willie Beeman says the government is good at spoiling the fun, even in in the U.S. Yes. Gustavo says this is not where breakdancing came from. I don't. I mean, I'm sure it didn't come from just one place, but when I see the movements of this dance, and I see when people break dance, they come into the circle, and those type of movements and up rocking, going on the ground, pretending you're fighting. And I look at capoeira, I'm like, damn. And this thing has been around for centuries. So if somebody says to me now, hey, it started when these people came from Brazil and they influenced it, I have to believe it. I'm not saying it all started with Brazil, but I'm saying they definitely had an influence if that story is correct. I need to look more into it because I'm not really sure, but
Dennis,
yeah.
you're not going to show I practice capoeira.
Just hold on, please. We're not there yet. I
want to see.
Got you, find the Gracies. Yes, the Gracies. Yes, we have to look into the other the dance. Marcus says that Gustavo, you should check the history. I don't know. I really don't know, but like I said, just looking at it, it seems very obvious to me that Brazil definitely had an influence. Hyped Up says, was capoeira around before taekwondo? Taekwondo is also a kicking based fighting style. I don't know. I don't know what the years were. But the thing with capoeira is, well, other fighting styles, they have stances and they and capoeira is you always keep moving. You always keep some kind of rhythm going. So there are differences. You don't have stationary stances and things like that. Everything is more fluid. Gustavo says the route to capoeira batoque, which is from the DRC all the way to Nigeria. Batuque. Africa, that's the route. Yes, it is. It's a route to everything, isn't it? Anyways, there is something that I got to say. I'm gonna out Renata right now because a lot of people don't know that Renata has been studying martial arts since she was a baby. So she's a martial arts expert and she keeps it hidden. But I have the evidence today.
What?
I have the evidence to show you that she is a martial arts expert. She's created her own style of capoeira, and she trains assassins. Okay.
Oh boy!
I got the evidence. Sorry, Renata. People should know what you're doing, what the side job is. So yeah. I'm just gonna show people.
You edit the video,
secret
right?
Footage of Renata.
Oh my god, you edit the video, right?
Secret footage of Renata and her fighting style. So check this out, guys.
my cousin, she's laugh a lot. She's like, Renata, your feet, it's black and from the camera. Oh my God.
Hinata and her secret life, secret agent Hinata with the Capoeira Nata style. Okay, guys? Yes. You guys want to learn?
Oh boy.
I know it was short, but I should run it back. I'm going to run it back one more time for you guys that missed it.
It's good you don't show the time when I hit him.
It's all good.
By accident.
One more time. Here we go.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh,
Nice.
boy.
Nice. Okay. Anyways,
Oh boy.
let's continue. I just had to out you. Marcus. Marcus says he's trained in capoeira for many years. So whatever argument you guys are having in the room, big up Marcus, man.
Nice, nice.
Me myself says he was born in the 70s in New York City. I never met Brazilians until 2000. I have never heard of any of the old school breakdancers connect breakdancing with capoeira. Capoeira wasn't popular in New York in the 90s. Yeah, I never heard of that capoeira probably till I was in my teens, like maybe in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. Yeah, but I never made the connection with breakdancing. But when I see it, it seems very obvious. Like I need to talk to some guys that were the foundations of breakdancing and find out if there is a connection, if there really is a connection. I think there is.
I don't think so, because the capoeira, I don't think they dance like that. The dance you talk about, I don't think they dance in Africa.
No, not Africa, America.
Yeah, but the capoeira, it's a mix from the dance, because before the capoeira exists, they mix the Africa dance with the culture fight from them. And Mestre Bimba, he's make with this guy from Angola, Pestinha, they make the capoeira more modern, because also have the fight also in Salvador, Bahia.
Right.
So they mix the culture of dance in Angola with the fight, from the capoeira fight.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I'm just looking at clips here. I don't want to play them because I don't want us to get. But it really looks like breakdancing, man. So I don't know. I want to find out. I got to make a phone call. Find some guys, the old school dudes. Okay, and everybody in the room, tone it down. There's no need to argue about nothing. Let me see what this is saying. Tone Tanima. Listen, man. I grew up in Brooklyn, and in the 70s and 80s, there was the martial arts era. Someone had to have saw capoeira technique and understood the history and incorporated that method into hip hop. You know what? Back in the 80s, in the 70s, 80s, martial arts was big, period. Like Bruce Lee movies, all them karate movies, that was part of black culture, black American culture back then. People used to love that. When I was a kid, every Saturday, Sunday, they used to have in Toronto, we used to have a station that used to play martial arts movies. And when people breakdance, they would incorporate some of those moves that they would see in the martial arts movies. Like all those techniques on the floor where you're, putting your leg around and you're going back and forth on your back. That's all like kung fu movies and stuff. I don't see how they would have missed capoeira moves, because they do look like, a lot of those moves look like it. So I have to agree with Tone Tanimo. I would be surprised if I talked to some of the foundation guys and they said, no, Brazil wasn't really a part of it, part of the mix. I would be surprised. So I don't want to pass judgment until I actually talk to somebody that knows. I'm not going to guess. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, these guys are just debating in the room, Hinata, about
What?
They're debating on whether it was it helped start or influenced breakdancing. But man, yeah, let me see if I can put up something here, because it seems so obvious to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Share screen. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna mute the sound so that we don't. I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I think I need to ask somebody. I need to do some research. Let's remove that for now. Okay. Taekwondo was founded in the 40s. Capoeira existed before that. Yeah. Willie Beeman says the guy that I went to college with did capoeira. He was from Brooklyn. Charlie Roos says, good evening. In the 70s, capoeira was still exotic and not as commercial as it is now. Brazil was a hidden treasure. Yeah. Show Mestre Barao. That's Beatrice says. Show Mestre Barao. I don't know what that is. Mestre Barao. Do you know what that is, Hinata? Is that a person? Oh, master.
Mestre Barão.
Mestre Barao. Yeah, you guys should definitely look it up, man. It looks interesting. That's like breakdance. It's spinning on your head. Come on, man. Guys, come on. Look at, come on, guys. Is it just me that it's obvious? Anyways, let me stop. Thank you, Beatrice. I gotta look at some of those some of these videos. Now I'm really interested. I didn't see anybody doing this in Rio, but when I went to not Fortaleza, not Fortaleza as well. When I was in Fortaleza and in Salvador, on the beach at night, like when I'd like go down on the strip and walk, there would be schools like, or people would set up mats on the sidewalk, which would, they were really wide sidewalks, but they would just set up these areas, and these people would just come there and do exactly what you see in the video that we showed you, that Hinata went to, and would just have people practicing and dancing and have music, and it was like a thing that they did all the time. Like every night when I'd go out for a walk, they'd be out there in different areas. So I don't really see that in Rio though, or I didn't see that in, not in Copa anyways, or I didn't see it anywhere. To tell you the truth, but I guess it's not as big as Salvador or going up north. Dennis, load the article I sent. What article did you send? I don't know where the article. I think you, if you're trying to send me a link, I think you need to come on the live. Actually, let me put up invite for people that want to come in on the live. Marcus, maybe you want to come in on the live and put the link up in the private chat so that I can get it, because I don't see it here. Let me put this link up for Hinata. There you go.
Ooh, cold and rain.
Okay. You're cold? Put on some clothes, man. Get a blanket.
Good idea.
It's cold in Brazil right now, guys. It's middle of winter. You see the
Cold
snow
and rain.
outside? Show the snow. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that cold. It's hot here, though. Florida. Woo! It's burning up. Gustavo is in the house. Let's welcome Gustavo.
Hey, buenos a todos. How are you?
I'm good, man. What's going on?
Oh, not much. Just finished off from a rough day at work, but I'm here with y'all, and I wanted to mention to someone. I'm not gonna mention by names, but
Marcus?
I studied I studied capoeira under Maestra Edna Lima, who's actually the first female capoeirista, like teacher, like professor. Basically recorded, and she studied under Maestra Bembe, and I also studied capoeira caixa. So if you want to look up, if you want to, if you want to check credentials, look up who Edna Lima is, because she's also a Shotokan instructor, and I met her through my Shotokan, my original Shotokan Karate instructor, Thomas the Puppet, who was the first African American to be inducted in the Black Belt Hall of Fame. So that's how I got connected with her, and I started learning capoeira under her. I also learned jujitsu. Well, I'm pretty versatile, and I was around of course, I was born in '76, and in the '80s, martial arts was pretty much predominant. It was part of the dominant culture, the part of the dominant Black culture in New York City, especially in Harlem and Brooklyn, because Harlem and Brooklyn were always in competition with each other, of course, and then of course comes the other boroughs as well, and we I've I know, I mean, as far as the history that was taught to me, Capoeira, of course, has its roots in South Africa, but there's also Batuque, which is actually taught between the Democratic Republic of Congo all the way up to Nigeria. And there's actually clips on YouTube, recent clips that I had the pleasure of finding, where you see the same thing that's going like in the rodas is the same thing. They do the exact same thing, and this is in Nigeria. And I've also seen it. I've also seen it up close and personal because I've been to Nigeria as well. I did some training up there with the this is before I attained my aerospace engineering degree. I was with a group called Blackwater, and we did some training with the Nigerian army and the special forces in the north. And out there, they have it's similar to a rola, but it's more like a cultural event where they actually have people dancing, and it looks exactly like a rola, exactly. When like with the circle, and when people they form a cipher and they start dancing, and it looks exactly like capoeira. I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes, so it's like, I mean, what's the? I'm just putting it out there before I go into really what I really want to talk about. I mean, what's the challenging about? The roots are from Africa. Africa, we're a very powerful people. We were the ones that established what's called mentu arts, not martial arts. Martial, that's European. Mentu is the god of war. The mentu arts is something that's original
wait.
to
Gustavo,
Africa.
you're going into a lot of info. We don't need all that info, but so your argument is it's not coming from Brazil?
No, I mean, but my thing is why my thing is that on the chat, why we arguing about something that we already know its roots are African, and they're indigenous as well, because there are indigenous martial arts that are similar to African martial arts. There's always been a cultural exchange and cultural diffusion between the East and the West before the Europeans stepped in. And this was even before the Vikings stepped in. Black people, we've always been here. We have Black people that are indigenous to the Central Americas. I'm one of them. Actually, I'm Kalinago. So, I mean, you could look at the Kalinago people too. We're what's called the Black Caribs. So we've been here. So martial arts, that's something that runs through our blood. And anyway, Renata, wow, I'm surprised by you. You're pretty good, man. I gotta give my kudos to you. I'm not trying to mess with you. Nah, man, you're pretty good. I mean, you got the balance, and it's you look awesome.
No.
You want to see the video again, guys?
Yeah, we should see the video again. She's awesome. I mean, look at her balance is on point, like real talk. But then again, you know what? I had a woman taught me capoeira, so of course I'm always gonna admire a woman before I admire anyone else. And maybe that's my own bias, but you look awesome. I mean, did you really? I mean, how long were you training for? Like maybe a year, maybe, or 2 years, or?
Oh, come on, Gustavo. I never trained capoeira before, only watching.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks natural to me. You look natural. Like, I mean, you could be. It's probably something natural within you. Because don't forget, I mean, a lot of people like to dismiss this, but there's also something called genetic memory. This is something that's passed down to you through your ancestors, that runs in your bloodline. So it could be something that you're naturally adept to. It's possible.
She's athletic, so that's why she can dance. She has rhythm. She has strength.
Right.
She probably could do.
I thought it was pretty hot.
I'm just reading an article that was sent to me by Marcus, and it kind of talks about this. I'm gonna put the link up because I think I can put links up. But yeah, I mean, it has some arguments for and against that. It was influenced. Breakdancing had some influence from Brazil, but yeah,
I hit my cousin 3 times when we're doing practice these videos. And yes, and 2 times it's only with in the end for my feet, 2 times, the two first time. And then he say it's not enough for me because the third time I need to punch him with my full feet. Oh boy.
So she was just playing around, but I thought it was fun. That's why I just kind of put the little edit together, and I will make a short of it and put that up too. It was fun.
But it was you look not it looks not like it comes natural to you. I thought it was awesome. It looks natural. It looks natural for Renata to do basically to do the kicks and the rotations. I mean, it came natural.
Yeah.
Okay. Ed Smith says there was a capoeira class on Monday and Wednesday nights in the circle at the end of Lemmy before the big rock. Okay. I didn't know that. When was the last time you saw that? Do you know if it still exists, or was that something that was a while ago?
No, when I have the appointment, I'm going to record the capoeira there in Leme for you guys to see it. But when I see it's inside, you need to go up in the favela, then I decide to not do it anymore. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. When you were gonna go,
I was there with Mo
mm-hmm.
and with Marcus. So then, when we see we need to go inside the favela to record the capoeira there, then we decide just back and not record. But I believe they go down. They go down for the favela. They go more close to the beach, maybe, because they have one area where they possibly practice also or show people's.
Okay. Well, it's a good idea then to come down to the beach, because people don't want to go all the way up in the favela for anything. So, and that favela you said you're not sure about, so we can't recommend that people go up there. That's why Renata didn't go. Even if she wanted to go that night, she doesn't want to show something that she doesn't feel would be safe for anybody to go anytime. Willie, I don't know. I don't want to say his full name. Skyline? Is it Willie Beeman? Willie Beeman? Put your hands up with the $10 cash cash app. Thank you, sir. And one more $10 cash app from Willie again. Thank you. Thanks for the support, man. I don't know if it's Willie. If it's you, put your hands up.
Oh, by the way, why did you take Renata? Why did you take the braids off?
Oh, because before I come YouTube, I change my hair all the time, different style. I like that. So then I not stay all the time with the same look. So that's why I remove.
I mean, it looks nice. Your hair looks nice now too. I like the braids also. I mean,
next month I change again. Then I come with blue, green hair.
Really?
But I like to change time to time. I like.
Renata?
What?
Eu meu do inverno lá.
Yes. Here now it's cold and rain.
Charlie Root says Wesley Snipes is a student of capoeira. Marcus says capoeira is Afro-Brazilian. Don't forget that. So yeah, there's no argument. Like, you can't really argue. Oh, it's from Brazil. Well, the people that brought it to Brazil came from Africa, so it's all the
Right,
same.
right.
And Hinata did say the fighting style came from Africa. The dancing came from Africa. They just, when they got here, they put something together to,
It's turned to capoeira in Brazil,
yeah.
but the dance of the mix, because now when it's past the years, they try to make capoeira more and more modern. That's why now soon you guys say it's not capoeira, it's hip hop mixed with capoeira. Because people, they make change all the time. Capoeira, it's not a real dance. It's a fight. It's sport.
Yeah.
But years ago, they put the dance inside the fight because they have to hide it. They practice fight it. That's why. So, but most of the people, especially in Brazil, they think capoeira, yes, it's dance, but the reason for the capoeira now people say it's dance, it's because, years ago, the slave, they need to start to make some movements from the Africa dance culture inside the fight it to make the other peoples, the buzz from them, think about it. They are just dancing.
Sorry. I'll just run some of this in the background sometimes. Las Vegas Sports Talk says, could you do a show making a comparison of the slaves over in Brazil and the United States? That's a big production, man. That's not a little like, oh, let me just make a video. That's, remember, Renata's in Brazil. She's not in the US. So that would be a whole other thing. Maybe sometime in the future, but that's a big production. I would love to do, but yeah, that would take some traveling and some serious interviews, because something like that we definitely want to do it justice. Let me read off some of these.
And I want suggestion, for the guys, they like to see movie from or series, how to call in English,
Series.
Yes, you guys have to see it. Maybe you only found it in YouTube. It's one soap opera in Brazil. It's called Chica da Silva, the name of the soap opera in Brazil. They talk about the slave. They show the capoeira. They show how they tricked them years ago. They show when this, what Europeans guys practice, abuse the slave women, and they have kids with him, and how is the punish, how it's they live after. It show everything is soap opera. This soap opera, it's many years ago, years ago, maybe 20 years ago, but it's really good.
Okay.
I wish it's having English. It's so interesting. It's one of the best soap opera in Brazil. It's called Chica da Silva. And this soap opera, it's played every day, 11 o'clock p.m., because it's not allowed for
children.
Yes, it's not allowed for kids. So they play the soap opera late in the night. Have a lot of things there.
Maybe it's something I'll watch. This past weekend, I watched a series called Cintaria, I think it's called, a Brazilian show. So I'm trying to get into some Brazilian shows. Willie Beeman with the $20 super chat. Willie is throwing down today. He says, it's all right, Dennis. I'll make it official. I learned so much from the live streams. Keep up the great work, Renata and Dennis. Yes, sir. And it's no problem sending Cash App or PayPal, because YouTube guts the guts these super chats. They take like 30% of that. So but either way, it's all good. Thank you. Much
Look,
appreciated. Okay.
that's the soul popper I
And
talked
it's set
before.
like in the what,
He
1600s or something?
he's fall in love for her. She's fall in love for him. He wants the bust, you know.
So it's modern or old? Like it's set the time frame. Is it set back in the 1800s? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. All right. Oh, here, let me hold on, Hinata. Put it back up. What's it? Sika?
Chica da Silva.
Chica da Silva. Okay. Thank you. Charles says, so what are we doing for next Thursday's show? My birthday turn up. Happy pre
This
birthday.
soul popper episode, it's for 1997, 1996. I watch it when I'm a kid. It's really good. Really good.
Okay.
And have some parts my mom say, Renata, you're not allowed.
We have another Cash App from Mr. Ed 13 himself. Ed Smith with the $13.13 Cash App.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And you didn't address Charles' pre-birthday wishes. Happy next Thursday. So not this Thursday. Next Thursday is his birthday, and he wants something special for a show. What are we gonna call it? The Charles Jones episode?
Thursday now?
Next Thursday. Or I think next Thursday. Market says go ahead.
He say 24, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that makes sense. Not this Thursday, next Thursday. You okay? You look confused. Marcus says, Dennis, Syntonia. Yes, that's I binge watched the entire series. Now I'm gonna go back because I watched it in Portuguese, but had English subtitles. Now I want to go back and watch it with the Portuguese subtitles. See if I can catch anything out of it. So, Renata, do you know that show?
Which show?
You don't really watch TV, though.
No. Only sometimes with the kids, some movie.
It's all good, Willie. All good, man. Any way you can do it, it's all good. Thank you. Las Vegas Sports Talk. I said I never heard Brazil and breakdancing together in the same sentence. I haven't either. But I'm just saying. Okay. Well, Renata, is there anything else we want to say about this capoeira? I just want to say that, like, watching the video, it looks fun. All ages. It seems like a very family friendly environment, but it looks fun, and it looks like it's good exercise, and everybody seems happy, and it's a lot of energy. Like the music that they're playing, I really enjoyed it. The guy singing live, I mean, it's very organic and real. And so I recommend trying it. I want to Well, I don't know if I'd try it, but I definitely would go and see it again. I would go and see it. If next time I see it happening on the beach or whatever, I got to go over there and talk to these guys. And yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Something cool to try. I think that would be a good experience. If you're in Brazil for an extended period of time, like I know if you're there for a week, you're gonna go see Christ Redeemer and Sugarloaf. You're gonna see the main things. But if you're there for extended periods of time and you're looking for things to do, this is the kind of stuff you can go and check out, man. It's local. Thank you, Hinata, for bringing this to us.
You're welcome.
Marcus says capoeira is fun, but one of the most physically challenging activities. Yeah, but it's as physical as you can do it. Like, look at this little girl here. You know what I mean? You just do what you can do, and as you do it, you get better. But it's obviously welcoming everybody. Nobody's getting shamed. It's just about going out there and trying. And they obviously respect everybody, respect your level. It's all good. So, yeah. Okay, so are we done?
Yes.
I guess we're ending early today. Oh, Gustavo. There we go. If you have any questions that I missed, I know I missed some things in the beginning. Hold on, let me go back. Oh, this was the beginning talk. Wealth building journey. Realmente, você acha que as mulheres brasileiras mudarão para mulheres da
Estadunidenses.
I never heard that word before.
Women from the United States.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's Portuguese when we call no.
I don't know. Translate it, Hinata.
Yeah, he's asking, if it's really true the Brazilian women they change, like look like more like tradition, like American women. I say I believe, I think so, but let's say in 5-6 more years, maybe a little bit more.
But we'll see. Because I think the pendulum has swung so far to one side. There's going to be a pushback, and it might cause a movement for people to become more traditional or take on more traditional roles. Maybe, because I don't know how much further it can go the way it's going now. I think we've kind of reached the end of that swinging point. So,
yes.
And if that happens, then the whole world will kind of go.
Yeah, because it's more and more Brazilian women, they don't want to stay home and cook anymore. They want to go out, they want to work, and they want to be equal, men. If the man's working, she's working out, they need to share everything. It's not same as before many years ago anymore.
But what's happening here, what I'm trying to say, Hinata, is a lot of people now are, from what I see on the internet, and the women are starting to go, what did we do? Like we messed it up. And they're saying they don't want that anymore. A lot of people are going back. They're saying, no, we don't want that. Why did we fought for all of this and look where we are now? Because women are complaining that
they're regretting it.
They don't want to help them anymore. They don't want, like, guys won't even, here, let me open the door for you. Hey, let me do this for you. Oh, you have a problem? Let me help you. Guys are saying, hey, we're equal. I don't want any problems. And women are now starting to regret it, it seems like. So I'm saying it might go back to another way. I don't know. But and also because
You know what?
nobody wants to date anymore in the United States, and people aren't getting married, and there's a shift in the culture.
Yeah, I have to agree with that because you're seeing the shift already in some of the Latin American countries, like even the Dominican Republic. You're seeing that shift now because women before used to want to have their own jobs and what have you, but now that they're seeing that, they're seeing what men have to go through. They're deciding to, they're starting to step back and saying, well, hey, look, you know what? Maybe I stepped out of bounds here. Maybe I need to let my husband take care of this instead of me, because after a while it becomes exhausting. And a lot of women are starting to step to that. They're getting tired of it. They're getting tired of having to pay their own bills and, oh my God, I gotta throw out the trash on my own, and I gotta do this on my own. I gotta do that on my own. No man is opening the door for me. No man is helping me with my groceries anymore. You know what I mean? It's and I think that change is gonna come down to as well. I think so because it's happening in like already.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you, man. That's what I'm think. So what I'm saying, it might, everybody's thinking that everywhere is just gonna get as bad as it is here, but there might be a shift coming.
Yeah, and even in Asia.
Yeah, I don't know. Me myself says Hinata should open a dating marriage agency to help men get married to Brazilian women. She would become a millionaire in a year.
And then Dennis, he's kill me
Why?
because sometimes when the guys they ask me if I have some friends, to send the contact or they
Yeah, I don't.
contact, then he say, "Don't be involved. Don't suggest to nobody. Don't."
You know why I say that, guys? Because if Hinata suggests somebody and something happens, everybody's, oh, Hinata, you told me this girl, blah blah blah, and this is what she did to me. I stay out of it. Don't get involved in nothing domestic. If they want to go date, let them date. If they want to link up with this girl or that girl, don't get involved. I can't recommend my friends to anybody. Even a guy that I know is a good guy, he might be a good guy around me. He might be a good guy amongst other men. I don't know what he's like with women. I don't know if he's gonna cheat on her, if he's gonna abuse her, if he's gonna do something wrong to her. But I wouldn't want a girl coming back and go, "You told me he was a nice guy." Don't get involved.
No, but here's the.
You cut out. Oh, he really
He's
cut out.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, so because Hinata, we had that idea a long time ago to kind of do something like that, and Hinata wanted to kind of pursue it, but I'm like, I don't want to be liable for that, and I don't want anybody coming back and hating because whatever situation. You don't know what's happening out there. Here's the last one that I didn't miss. Charles Jones, I recall her doing interviews asking women about their dating preferences. I'm just asking a question because most not only want to enjoy the culture but partnerships. Yes. Okay, I think I'm kind of caught up. Willie Beeman says, "Oh yeah, even the female matchmakers in the US are giving up because they know it's worthless." I think a lot of women, what I'm hearing, I've seen some interviews for female matchmakers, and they say that a lot of women are not realistic in what they want. Like they'll come to them and say, "Okay, I want a guy that is a 10, and he's got to be 6 foot tall, and he's got to make 6 figures, 100,000 a year, and he's got to be this, and he's got to be that, and he's got to do this, and he's got to be that." And these women are looking at these other women going, "But you're average. You're a 5. Why do you think you can get somebody that's a 10 and a millionaire and doing all these things?" Like, and then these women complain, "Oh, you didn't find me anybody. You didn't." So a lot of women are getting out of the business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just saying. I don't think it's like that. I think in Brazil they're much more realistic in what they're looking for, and it's not always about superficial things. So that's good. Gustavo, you good?
Oh no, yeah, I'm good. You know what? There's a storm coming for some. It's been raining a lot lately here in the Atlanta metro area, and there's a storm coming. But and it'll affect the connectivity a bit. But yeah, nah. But you know what though? You're right, Dennis. You're absolutely correct. It's like the pendulum is shifting. And it's kind of like women are, especially women here in the West, or more women specifically in the United States and Canada, and like even in the UK, because I have family that live in the UK, and we discuss these things. And they're saying that the pendulum is switching. I mean, a lot of women are starting to realize that they're being humbled. A lot of women are eating a lot of humble pie nowadays, because they're seeing that men aren't opening the doors for them anymore. Men aren't helping them with anything. Men are saying, hey, you know what? Especially in the UK. What? The UK is super expensive to live in. It's like right now, it's like everyone needs to have a roommate. They can't go ahead and pay the rent by themselves, and it's starting to happen here in the US too. A woman used to be able to have, I'm making all this money, and now guess what? Especially since they're stripping away affirmative action starting in the universities, and they're creeping in. They want to do it in the workplaces as well, where that they want to, they're trying to have women on an equal grounding. And even with paternity stuff, like with the which I actually had the privilege of watching the movie Frustrated. I saw the first part, and I know the second and the third parts. I know they talk about marriage and stuff like that, like in the U.S. in particular, about with paternity suits and child support and all that other stuff. And they actually just passed a law in Tennessee now where you have to have a DNA test before the man signs a birth certificate, because they're finding out that there are a lot more women that are having children out of wedlock, having affairs behind their husband's back, and that the baby's not theirs. And women are being held more accountable and putting their feet are being put on the fire now, and women aren't liking that, but they're beginning to comply.
We've pushed right to the, like, it can't get any more equal than it is today, because the pay gap is gone. It's just now women want the treatment from men. They want men to be chivalrous and all these things, but they want the benefits when it benefits them, but when it doesn't benefit them, they don't want that. So they want the equal pay, they want all the benefits, but then now they're getting equal treatment, and it's not that great.
Right. They're experiencing what men experience. They're experiencing what men experience now, so they don't like it. So now it's kind of like, oh well, I need to be softer now, and I need to be more feminine, and like, instead of challenging a man now, I'm not going to challenge a man anymore, because if I challenge him, he's not going to pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how they're looking at it. They're trying to put themselves in a situation where they have all the power of a man, but the responsibility of a child.
And this generation, more than every other generation in previous, is a generation of unmarried people. I'm not even.
Oh yeah, they even predicted that by 2030 that that they will as far as with the women are concerned, that there's going to be a lot more single women. And I'm like, well, a lot of us are heading down south and going back to Africa and over to the east, man. I mean, we're not trying to deal with women from the UK, from the US, from Canada. We're not trying to deal with those type of women anymore. We don't want to. And it's like, wow, it's mind blowing how everything is just shifting now. That's why a lot of things are, a lot more things are coming now down the pipeline. That's for sure. And I think that Brazil, I'll put it to you like this: not just Brazil, but Latin America is going to be in the forefront of that, because you see a lot of men going to Latin America now. A lot of men, not just black men, but men of other races too. They're going to Latin America to get a wife.
Yeah.
They're going to Brazil, Colombia. They're going to Panama. They're going to, in the Caribbean as well, like Dominica, the Virgin Islands.
I think a lot of men want to feel wanted. They want to feel needed, and the women here, because of where equality has taken us, women feel, well, I don't need a man. Some of them don't want a man, or they feel they don't want a man. But when they get older and they're alone, and they don't have families around them, it's going to be a different story. It's kind of messing up everything. I'm not going to say one way or another what's right and what's wrong. I'm just saying this is where we are now. So guys,
and there are more women in nursing homes
where
now.
Women want, or women feel they need a man in their life. They want a man, and they want to feel wanted and needed. They want to feel like they're doing something. That's how men are made. That's how we're built. We want to feel like,
and they're realizing that feminism lied to them.
Yeah.
Because right now there's actually, believe it or not, in the nursing homes now and like the hospices, there are a lot more women than men now. It's like 59% women now in the hospices and in the nursing homes, in contrast to men.
Yeah, and not
the numbers are increasing.
What do you think?
The numbers.
Well, you live outside of America, and even when you lived in America, you lived in I don't want to say sheltered, but you were in a family environment that you didn't see the kind of things we're talking about. So you saw the good things, because I know Hinata always says, well, no, I didn't see that when I was in America. It wasn't like that. But you were fortunate not to see that. But,
no, usually when I live there, it's they cook, they take care of the house.
Yeah.
I see they cook, I see they take care of the house. They give to me some recipes. They are good cooking.
You're lucky. That's good. That's great. But the majority, it's not like that anymore.
Right.
And it was a while ago that you were in America anyways, but things have changed, man. The whole movement from the 80s and 90s, like, things just really have changed quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Any other questions before we get going, people? Willie Beeman says, soft girl image is just a manipulation to get what they want out of you. Don't be a sucker. Yeah.
Well, no, you can always put that soft. You can always put that to the test. You can always put that to the test, and then the truth of the matter will always come out.
Yeah.
Like even here in Georgia, like I've met some women. They'll see me. Like they'll see me when I go out shopping sometimes, because most of the time I have my deliveries brought here to my home. But then I'll go to the and Charlie Rue, he knows what I'm talking about. Like over in Decatur, there's a market, with a farmer's market where everything is organic and stuff like that, and I get fresh fish and all that stuff. Anyway, when I go shopping there, and the ladies see me, some of them will they'll say hi or whatever and what have you. But before, wow, they wouldn't even go ahead and look at me. But now all of a sudden, it's like the tides are changing. Women are becoming, women over here, they're starting to open up a little bit more, because they're realizing, like, hey, look, you know what? I'm getting older. I want to have children. And, luckily enough, with today's medicine, with today's science, should I say, with today's science, a woman can have a child in her 50s. But at the same token, a lot of women don't want to waste any more time. They're like, hey, you know what? Maybe I need to, maybe it's something, they're realizing that they're part of the problem, that the reason why they're being treated a certain way is because of how they feel about themselves. they're starting to take their own advice because they would deflect and say, "Oh, well, you guys need to go to therapy and what have you." But then they're realizing now that, okay, well, I'm the one who needs to go to therapy. I'm the one that needs to.
We're all a little bit messed up from where we've gone in society.
Yeah,
because
but you have a lot of them that they never wanted to admit it, though. You see, that's the thing. You have a lot of them that never wanted to admit it, and now that things are starting to hit really bad here economically, now they're starting to realize it, because the economy in the U.S. ain't no joke right now.
Yeah,
there's no joke. We're all feeling the crunch.
Even beyond that, we have a full generation of men that have been raised by single women, and I mean, there's a lot that has gone into all of this. I don't want to get into all of this stuff.
Right, of course.
There's a lot of men that's been raised in single parent households, raised by women, and unfortunately, what's happened is these women raise the men. The men aren't raised by men, getting that man influence, and I don't even want to get it. It's almost like getting into politics. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Right. But you know what? But that's the reason why men treat. But that's the reason why a lot of them are leaving. That's why a lot of them are jumping onto the passport bros movement.
Yeah, but a lot of them also have to. They're jumping on the passport bro movement, but some of them aren't. They're disingenuous about what they're doing overseas. They're going over there.
Right.
In the guise of, I want to find a feminine woman, but what they're really doing is going over there and just trying to hit everything, and they're leaving scarred, broken women behind them, and that's not good either. Because for the guys that are coming behind them that are looking for something, you're leaving some bitter women behind, and it's like it's a perpetual thing. Like, you go there, look what has happened in America. Don't go doing that in other countries and making those women like that. Women that say, oh, well, these guys are just going to use me anyway, so I'm going to get what I can out of them. That's how it started here. Like, we just got to be careful, and everybody's got to learn how to respect people and all that good stuff. I don't, like I said, I don't want to get too much into it. Sorry, Hanata. I want you to talk, but I don't know if you have anything to say about that. There's a couple more questions coming in.
Oh boy!
There's a question for you, Hanata. Well, one, Willie says Hanata would probably be appalled if she came to Philadelphia for 3 months. He would say you'd be like, oh my God, if you saw how women are there. Maybe. Charles says, question for Hanata: do you want to be a traditional woman, or are you more into the modern woman who doesn't want to cook for her man?
I want more traditional woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. There's your answer. Live Travel Tour says there's a lot of good-looking sisters in Atlanta. Yeah. There's a lot of good-looking women everywhere. But you got to look beyond just the looks, man. Never been to Houston, but I heard about it. Here's a question in Portuguese, Renata. Renata, você já ouviu falar no Itaim Bibi? I don't know what that is. Fica no estado de São Paulo.
No.
What's Itaim Bibi? What is that?
Itaim Bibi? I don't know. I think it's maybe, that's one place in São Paulo.
Okay. Live Travel Tour says, I've been telling brothers about Brazil for 15 years. Beach material, 100% facts. Yeah. It's trending, but it can be a problem, because look what's happened to the Dominican Republic. Gustavo lives in the well, he's from the Dominican Republic. What's the state of Dominican Republic after all these guys went there? Because that was the craze. Oh, Dominican, and it was closer than going to Brazil or Colombia. That was the first, I think, the first place people really started going, and it got corrupted. Now people are pulling back from it. So what's the state of it?
Oh, I can answer that for you. It's not that they're pulling back from the Dominican Republic. The issue is that a lot of the tourist industry has been attracting a lot of people to the tourist areas, but then they don't know. You see, a lot of brothers also, they're afraid to go and explore in the rest of the country because, I mean, obviously they say that all the modernities and all the comforts, all the creature comforts that they have, that they need, that they require, are in these areas. They're in the tourist areas. It's not that there aren't an abundance of good women in the Dominican Republic, because believe it or not, there are. It's just that a lot of the guys, they like to stay in the tourist areas. Like where my mother's from. We're from the southwest of the Dominican Republic, right? We're from Asua de Compostela, which, believe it or not, that's still virgin territory in the Dominican Republic, and that's predominantly that area is.
What I'm talking about is more the influence that American culture has had in Dominican, like women basically being like Cardi B and being like these girls that are like,
But that's mostly in the tourist areas, though. That's what I'm saying. That's mostly in the tourist areas. That's not in the actual. It's not in the actual real Dominican Republic, like in Brazil, right? In Brazil, it's similar. You have, everyone knows about Rio de Janeiro, and they know about Sao Paulo, but they don't know much about Fortaleza. They don't know much about Minas Gerais, Cabo Frio, Maricá. They don't know about Salvador, but Salvador. They don't know much about the rest of Brazil, because there are other states like Uberlandia. They don't know much about Uberlandia. They don't know much about what other city can I think of? It's the same thing for the Dominican Republic, because in the DR, of course, a lot of the guys that go to the tourist areas, a lot of them go there, pay for play.
Yeah.
Very few of them will go ahead and venture out of the tourist areas to actually meet a real Dominican woman, because a real Dominican woman is she's very traditional. They're Catholic. They're they're raised to take care of the house and the family. If they want to have the career, they can have the career, but their main focus is the family. They're like, that's the woman's priority. But in the tourist areas,
I think it's the same thing that's happened in Colombia. It's just more advanced, more far along than what's happened in Brazil.
And remember, the Dominican Republic is a much smaller country too.
Yeah, like Hinata says, it's coming in Brazil. She's seeing the changes, and yeah.
And another thing that destroys things too, believe it or not, again, is this third wave feminism. And you got a lot of women from America, from the United States, and from Canada, and from the UK, that they do go to Latin America, and they like to spread this idea of third wave feminism. But guess what? There's a backlash of that on them, because the men that they're looking for don't want that. The men in these countries that they're like, oh, well, if the men can go ahead and go to a woman in these countries, I can get myself a man. And guess what? The men in those countries don't want them. So since they're noticing that the men of these countries are not wanting these type of American women, of course, the women that have had their experience with our female counterparts from the U.S., they're seeing to them. They're basically looking at that.
Your audio is pretty much trashed right now.
Audio's bad.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
it comes in and out. Hold on one second. Paper, global paper. 90% of people traveling to Brazil know nothing about Sao Paulo. 90% of people travel and go straight to Rio de Janeiro. A small percent of people will go to Bahia, and even smaller will go to Fortaleza. Well, they want to go to the beach. They're going. Most of the people that are going for vacation, that's what they're going for. So that's how it happens. But the people that want to stay on and be there longer and learn the language and meet somebody special, all that stuff, it's all good. Global paper also says if you cannot speak Portuguese, you are not dating. Facts. Boa sorte. Renata, do you think that's true? Like if your girlfriend speaks Portuguese and you don't speak Portuguese, you're not really dating. What are you doing? Can you think that you can have a relationship if one person can't speak the other language?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the time make you know how to communicate.
Yeah.
You know, even if you don't know how to speak Portuguese or somebody don't know how to speak English, you know, one going to learn.
Yeah. Hopefully. Like you told me you know somebody in Brazil that's been there for 20 years and doesn't speak Portuguese.
But because he's not wanted.
Yeah, I know. Does he have a girlfriend? I mean, is he married?
He's almost married before.
But
He's have a relationship.
Yeah. She spoke English?
How about now?
No. He's just, you know, want to be like free.
Yeah. I think it's important. I also think it's important to learn the language. It's good for you anyways. Learn something new. I know people that will be like, well, no, she's got to learn English. I know people, even if they go to Brazil and they're in Brazil, they feel like the Brazilians have to learn English rather than them.
He's told me he's not want a relationship with no girls because he's like different women. He's not like stay with same woman all the time.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Player. Until you get old and you got nobody to take care of you. Charles Jones says Bahia, I guess not Bahia. Bahia. Thank you. If you cannot speak Portuguese, you are an ATM machine. You will never get respect from her. Facts. I don't know.
Yep. I agree. If you want a serious relationship, learn a language first. Don't even think about it.
You learn one word in Portuguese when she says Janeiro.
Right.
Janeiro. And you're gonna go, huh?
Exactly. Like Janeiro.
Anyways.
What?
Okay. Excuse me. Okay, anything else on the subject here? So today was a show about Capoeira. And Nata showed us what it was, something cool and cultural to get into for the people that want not only to sit on the beach and drink caipirinhas, that want to have some kind of cultural experience. This is a great thing to go and check out. And hopefully next show we can do
Jiu-Jitsu Brasileiro.
Next show, show Jiu-Jitsu or one more place to stay.
Yes.
Now it's cold, it's rain, so
yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. So you better off doing something indoors. Don't they have rodas in indoor rodas? Don't they have rodas that are indoors?
What's rodas?
I don't understand.
You know the Brazilian cipher, like where they have their
to roll with somebody.
Yeah. I mean, don't they have that indoors as well?
Aulas. Renata?
I don't understand.
Aulas, indoor, inside.
Oh yes, it's inside. Jiu-jitsu, it's always inside.
Jiu-jitsu's inside, yeah.
Right. No, I know. Yeah, I know jiu-jitsu's inside, but I mean for capoeira as well.
No, capoeira, yes. Most capoeiras they practice inside the galpon, in some privacy area, privacy room. And they just go out in the street to show peoples because that's the culture.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, wouldn't you be able to film an indoor event for capoeira?
How they doing the practice?
Yes, in like indoors, like in a like you said, in a private place.
Yes,
Mm.
that's good.
No, I'm saying that. I mean, don't you? I mean, for the next show, like, wouldn't you be able to show a group that practices inside instead of outside?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know because two shows talk about the capoeira.
No, we don't need to show another show for capoeira. That's
Yeah.
next. We got to move. We got to keep it moving.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I think a little bit more front. I think with the time, then we can show capoeira again. We can show vegans different place. Let's say something we possible repeat, show the same things, but wait,
Yeah,
more
different school, different teachers. Like even Hinata got to meet the guy, one of the teachers there. So he's been a teacher for 22 years, and we want to do a proper interview with him at some point. And there's stuff that we can do down the road, but we don't want to repeat that now.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah. If anybody, your audio is gone again. No, your audio is no good, man. No good. No bueno, man.
No.
No?
I think you gotta check back in or something. No. Anyways, guys, if you have anything else, bring it now. We're gonna shut it down. It's been a great show. Thank you, everybody. Hinata, you close it out.
What?
Let's close it out. We're done.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming live tonight. Stay here with us. Another live watching, comment and such. Talk a lot with peoples. Yeah, thank you for watching this. And you guys need to come to Brazil. So just come before you need visa. If you can, then you guys need to go start to reply for the visa.
Oh, yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah.
August.
You guys need to come to Brazil and watching the capoeira.
Yes. And we still need to do that football game.
Yes.
Anyways, okay. So if you have any other questions, please throw it up immediately. And if not, here, let's get Gustavo to say his last words here. Let's see if his audio is working. Last words. Gustavo.
No last. Well, the only last words I have is it's always a pleasure, and it's an honor to be here in the show with you guys.
All right.
I appreciate you both.
Thank you.
Sounds good, man. All right. All right. Thank you, Gustavo. And Willie says, love the show.
Obrigado, Dennis.
Thank you.
Yes. Obrigado. Willie Beeman says, love the show as always. Thank you, Hinata and Dennis. The force is here at Brazil with Hinata Lopez. Hello. That's from Lando Calrissian. Dennis, when's the next trip to Brazil? I'm not sure. There's a course I have to do before I travel again. I need to do it because it's some money making stuff. But I'm thinking, but I wouldn't want to be where Hinata is right now because it's cold, right? All right. Well, Building Journey says Boa noite. And yeah, let's shut it down. We good?
We good.
All right. Gustavo, peace. Peace, man.
Nice.
Boa noite, boa
Boa
noite.
noite.
Let's do this.
Hey guys, many thanks. Thank you for the nation. Thank you for you guys be here, talk, distraction with us. See one more thing about Brazil, and many kisses. See you Thursday.
Beatrice, bye. Ciao.
Thursday night. See you guys. Kisses. Bye.
Let me throw up the.